Hello, my friends. If you're working at a Japanese company or working with Japanese people and you're studying Japanese a lot but still suck at it, it's not your fault. You see, a lot of people make a mistake of learning a lot of grammar, but they're not learning real-world conversations. So lucky you, you're very lucky because in today's video, I'm going to break down how to actually make learning easier and actually apply those in real situations at work. All right, so let's get started. By the way, guys, if you don't know me, if this is your first time here in my channel, my name is Seannarron and I work at a Japanese company here. I'm an interpreter for a big car company in Japan. And on YouTube, I teach foreigners like you who want to succeed at a Japanese workplace, grammar and also culture. So language/culture, both of them, so you can actually succeed at your Japanese workplace. All right, guys, let's get started. So how are we going to break this down today? The first thing I'm going to teach you is formal versus informal. So phrases that you should use with your boss versus your normal coworkers. Because if you're mixing this might be another reason that people are ignoring you. You're not part of meetings. You're not participating in meetings, and you're kind of left out. So first, I'm going to teach you that, and then. Yeah, actually, before I start breaking down everything, let's just start with the first one. So let's look at common particles. Okay, I'm gonna teach you a few particles that you can use, and I'll teach you when to use them. All right, so it's gonna be informal versus formal. So, do you guys know the difference? If I asked you, do you guys know the difference between ni and e? Something ni and something e. If you know, guys, please comment below. I'll be very surprised if you do. It means that you're an expert at Japanese. So yeah, anyways, something ni versus e. They both mean to point A. So you're going from point A to point B. You're going to point B, right? They both mean the same thing. For example, 田中さんと仕事に行きます or 田中さんと仕事へ行きます. They both mean the same thing. However, the usage is very different. So, when do you use it? The first one that I showed you, 田中さんと仕事に行きます is used with normal coworkers or just normal people that you know, acquaintances, anybody at your level, right? If you're talking to your boss or someone quote unquote above you, you gotta say 田中さんと仕事へ行きます right? 仕事へ行きます This is kind of the main difference that you should know, when it comes to particles. Not only ni and e, there are many other words that, particles that you should know if you're working at a Japanese company, but that was an example. What I'm trying to talk about here, my point that I'm trying to make here is that if you're mixing these two up, this might be another reason why people are ignoring you, and I don't want you to do that, and that's why I mentioned it. So if you're mixing it up, this is kind of an opportunity for you to know that even if the meetings, even if the two mean the same thing, the situations and the scenarios are very different. You got to kind of separate them. You don't want to mix it too. All right, so let's talk about our second tip. All right, so how do we actually not suck at Japanese anymore, right? So our second tip is that I'm going to teach you the difference between formal versus informal Japanese. All right, so I taught you at our first part about particles and the different situations. So formal particles versus informal particles, ni versus e, right? In this part, I'm going to talk about not mixing formal sentences and informal sentences in the same paragraph, same part. I'll break it down right now. Don't worry, guys. So you do not want to do this, right? For example, let's just say that it's raining. You want to say 今日は雨が降っている。傘を仕事に持って行きました。今日私の上司はとても元気でした。You see the problem here? There's a huge mistake at the first part. Most of it was formal, right? But only the first sentence I said 今日は雨が降っている。Right? 降っている。In a real Japanese sentence, at work, and if you want to be formal and polite and respected, you have to say 降っていました because everything else is formal. So the first sentence has to be formal too. You get it corrected like this. 今日は雨が降っていました or 降ってます。傘を仕事に持って行きました。今日私の上司はとても笑顔でした. This is the real way to do it. And guys, if you're mixing these up, these two up, informal and formal. This is probably another reason why people are a little bit reluctant, hesitant to talk to you, because if you're making a mistake here, you're probably making a mistake with a lot of other Japanese, hidden rules or manners, kind of the etiquette part in business culture here, right? So this is another thing that you should know, right? Let's move on to number 3, how to actually make learning easy, guys. First of all, if you're learning with textbooks, don't just try to learn the whole book. We're not trying to become a grandmaster Japanese here. We're trying to learn, a little bit of the language and also a little bit of the culture so that you can mix the two and then succeed at your workplace. We're not trying to be fluent. Guys, fluency has nothing to do with having a connection, a good relationship at work. If you want to, in order to succeed at your workplace, you don't need to be fluent. Fluency doesn't mean anything. It's not, fluency when it comes to the language. Cultural fluency is a lot better if you want to become fluent at something. I'll say it again. Instead of being fluent at the language, fluent at Japanese, you should probably become more aware of the culture, right? So it's always a mixture of learning language and the culture. If you're learning with textbooks, don't try to memorize the phrases and grammar. Don't try to memorize vocab and try to say it. Focus on a little bit of phrases and a little bit of the culture. This mixture is a great one because it's going to help you a lot at your workplace, right? And if you learn some words every day, focus on that and make alternative sentences. So what I'm talking about is I taught you how to say ni versus e, right? So think in your head, right? You're talking with a coworker, not your boss, and you want to go to the post office. What do you say? 郵便局に行きます。郵便局に行きます。Right? If you're talking to your boss, it becomes 郵便局へ行きます。Right? The first examples that I taught you in the first part is 仕事に行きます。I'm going to work. 仕事へ行きます。This is the formal version. But you can change it to 郵便局. You can change it to 海に行きます。海へ行きます。Are you reporting to your boss? 海へ行きます。You're going to the beach on the weekends or something, right? Are you talking to just a coworker? 海に行きます. Right? On the weekend. Depending on, who you're talking to, it changes. And also the point in this third part I want to talk about is you don't need to just remember ni versus de. Ni versus it is formal versus informal. You can also swap the words, change the words so that you can say a lot of different things. So essentially, by learning ni and e, you don't only know, not only do you know that it's informal versus formal, you also know like 1,000 other words that you can use with it. Isn't that cool, guys? It's so nice to learn Japanese. I mean, English is I think is a lot harder to learn when it comes to like particles in Japanese. Once you learn this golden rule, particles, you can use hundreds of thousands of words, alternatives as well. So right now, the hardest part for you might be coming up with these sentences. Guys, you can use, ChatGPT, you can use the internet, you can go online and look for just random, for example, if you're a beginner, N5 vocabulary, and kind of use those words and these particles. That's fine. I completely recommend using AI as well. It's really useful. But guys, the problem is not many people can do this. And if you're really struggling to do this, if you're struggling to actually learn, vocabulary and culture, right, language/culture, and actually try, if you're failing to succeed at your Japanese workplace, you can actually do it with me. I offer training. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you really want to start training and practicing, I have a Google form below that you can where you can apply from. So please fill the form out, and I'll see the form and I'll be contacting you. But anyways, guys, those were a few things that I wanted to talk about today. Learning should be fun and not boring. So I hope this video kind of motivated you a little bit, at least a little bit, so that you can actually move to the next level. And guys, as always, thanks for letting me, serve you on YouTube. It's a great place where I can actually feel like I'm helping a lot of people. I get a lot of comments, and it's really helping me, as feedback for my new videos. So thank you guys. Thank you always for liking my video and commenting. I'll talk to you in the next one, guys. If you have any questions, please comment below. Anything about, Japanese language and culture, hit me up. I have my number below, WhatsApp, email, anything. Guys, I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye-bye.